it's currently, I don't know why I start off my videos like that. It's the morning, um, what day is it today? It's Thursday, I think. Yeah, it's Thursday. I woke up this morning feeling very deranged, and not deranged in like a delusional sense, but I just felt very out of touch of who I was and like I think a bit of my character. I mean, I've been doing okay like in my life. I'm figuring stuff out and I'm working through my own emotions and like how I'm feeling. I don't know, I just feel like my ego has been getting in the way of me doing certain things in my life and like just being nice to myself as well. Like, I realize, like, to myself, I often hurt myself a lot, and it's not in a sense of like literally physically, but mentally. Like, I'll say to myself, you're not gonna achieve this, or you know, you can't do this, and like that's just all stupid. Like, I need to get out of my own head, and as well, like with certain things when I do my life, it's like I need to stop fixating on things that aren't even important and and focusing on things that I actually know I wanna work on. And like with my YouTube channel, I didn't realize, but my videos have gained recognition, which I'm pretty proud of. But yeah, I don't want to get my ego too like, what's the word, um stroked from just having a few views and like subscribers. But I think I'm happy that me being consistent on here, I have gained somewhat of a following. But I think, yeah, like I just do these videos when I'm just saying how I feel, and like in my life right now, a lot of things have changed. Like, I'm gonna be starting a new job. I think with that as well, I'm getting a bit anxious from it because I'm like, I don't know how it's gonna be or what it's gonna be like. But I think just knowing like no matter what, I'll be okay and like things will work itself out. But yeah, I got a lot of stress from it because I was like, I don't know if this is right for me, and I like had like a weird thought of, you know, is this going to be good for me long term? And yeah, I just need to remove all that negative self doubt because there's no need in that. And yeah, just like to get a new life and to upgrade in your life, you can't be coming from a place of stagnancy or your old self. So I know for me, it's hard for my past self or my older version of me to like cling on to certain habits and like routines or just certain things that he would usually depend on to like get through the day. And I've just got to tell myself now that those habits and things, I mean, I'll continue like doing stuff that I love, which is like, reading and doing videos like this and going out on a walk. But I mean, in the sense of just like not attaching myself to certain things that I feel like I need to be doing, and knowing that I'm not really the center of attention. Like, no one is. Like, we're all just, trying to live our own lives and get to the places we want to be. And I think for me right now, it's like I'm acknowledging how grateful I should be where I am currently, and like it's truly a gift for me to be where I am. But yeah, because like some people aren't fortunate as I am, and like I need to be grateful for that, like we all need to be grateful for the places that we're in. But I think just not having a state of mind of like lack and like thinking that things aren't, achievable in morality, and being like, actually things can work out the way I want them to, and I don't need to dwell on things that reject me or certain things that, don't work in my favor. Like, it's just a redirection. And yeah, I think just not being so fixated on certain things throughout the day, because the thing is, if you deal with this, because I have it, it's like if you fixate on a certain thing, you're like blinded to everything else that you can actually do in that moment, or you're blinded to all the other possibilities. And if you're someone out there that does that, this is like a reminder for you that you need to not be so fixated on a certain thing, whether that's like a job, or a situation in your life that you're so attached to. You do you know what I mean? Like, just let go of that attachment, because when you let go of that attachment, you're giving the universe like space, or you're giving God to like fill your life with certain things that you probably have never thought of. Like, and not even that, not in a delusional sense, but in the sense of like, obviously what you focus on will like persist. So just be careful what you focus on as well. Like, sometimes some things that you focus on are a lot more harmful than good. And if you fixate on like, I need to get this done at a certain time, and if I don't do this certain task, then I'm a failure and stuff, and like, that's all fake, that's all false. But it's just like, the only way to like expand your mind and like have more desired realities or experiences is by not being so fixated on your own personal view and perspective, and being like, okay, what are my options, and like, how can I expand my mind into a better perspective, and not a perspective that's so like linear and fixated on a certain thing. Because if you're so linear and you're fixated on a certain thing, you're not going to be able to see everything else that's possible in your life. But yeah, it's just a message for me and like anyone else out there. Don't be in control. Don't be so fixated on what you want to happen, because you're not actually in control. Like, as much as you want to control your life, and like, it's good to do stuff that's good, you don't have complete control. So I think the more you let loose, the more things can happen to you that you probably will enjoy. And like, I don't know, just make sure you're not being so attached to your own thoughts and how you're thinking 24/7, because a lot of those thoughts are either delusional or they're not thoughts that are needed. Do you know what I mean? Like, some thoughts you just don't need to actually think or act on. Like, you need to think, okay, I have this thought, I'm gonna sit with it and then I'm gonna let it go. Like, that's what you need to tell yourself. Because if you like fixate on a thought and you just act on every thought you have, you're not gonna have any sense of self-control. And oh my gosh, this is a very huge thing I want to actually say before I finish the video off. Have self-control, okay? Self-control, just that word in its own, is something that I need to definitely maintain more in my life. And I think it's just, with self-control, it's not necessarily always restricting yourself, but it's also like knowing what impulses and what actions to act to do, and what is not needed. Do you know what I mean? So like, with self-control, it's also about like knowing what thoughts you should believe and act on, and like what certain habits that you want to act on. Like, self-control is literally like you knowing that like you're not your mind, and like you're not the desires that you want, and like, that's true self-control, because then you're not doing things that your robot self would usually do, or autopilot, or you're not on autopilot. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, you've got to be careful, because with self-control, that's where you can control, like, with certain habits and addictions you have, and that's good, because obviously you're not acting from an old mindset or reality. So yeah, just have self-control, don't be so fixated on certain thoughts you have, and let go of anything that you're so attached to, because honestly, everything in your reality, like, if you're attached to it, you're gonna feel more what's the word, like disconnected from it. And that's the thing, like people say that phrase of like the more you chase butterflies, the more they'll fly away. It's very true. Like, you know, you won't be somewhere that you want to be if you're constantly chasing after things that aren't meant for you, or you know, that aren't good for you. Do you know what I mean? So I think just coming from a place of like, you know, love and good intentions is always going to, you know, lead you to the right place. But you know, it's important to just be in those like kind of you know, feelings, like, and also just acting from those feelings like love and, you know, peace. Because if you act from a place of like envy or greed or, you know, jealousy or just anything that's not good, you're not going to feel right in your body and your mind, and just you're not going to feel good at all. So yeah, I hope this helps someone out there, but I think it's just like a message for myself. And yeah, just know that you're not anything in your reality. Like, stop attaching yourself to everything, because you're not any of them. Stop attaching yourself to what you think is yours in your reality, because it isn't yours. It never was to begin with. So yeah, I think that's everything I want to say, and I'll see you in the next one.